Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, 5 o'clock p.m., of course, Central European Time. Anita Mlakar is my name, and I'm welcoming you to 3 Years AMA. I'm really happy to have you here. Of course, this is a special day. We have a special guest coming up, and also Sandi Bitenc, the CEO of 3 Year, will be with us in a couple of minutes. But first, let's do a short introduction of 3Year's project of bringing internet to Africa. So, what we are trying to do is connect the unconnected, banked, the unbanked, and we are connecting people of Africa to internet. We're doing that with two technologies, with a K3 last mile solution and 3Air internet. Once you are connected to the internet, you get a digital identity from us where you can store everything. It is also a provable record of what you have done so far. And of course, you can identify yourself with it. We also create your digital bank account. We are giving you a wallet. And all this time, we are educating you, we are educating people, and that is the real empowerment. The next step is providing financial services. We have fiat onboarding and off-boarding ramp, peer-to-peer cash crypto onboarding, DeFi. We are working on microloans and yield farming, and we also have outside partners that will provide additional digital revenue streams. And once we put you and the people, of course, through all these steps, through all these processes, you are connected, banked, and in power. You have financial tools, revenue streams, and the knowledge. So let me invite you to be a part of this. You can join us in our communities. We are on Twitter, on Discord, we are on Telegram. You can also follow us on social networks. And you can, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel right now if you're not subscribed yet. So, yes, thank you for being with us. Thank you for taking this opportunity to ask questions, to write some comments. And because we have a special guest today, there will be opportunity also to ask some questions and write some questions for him. Let me first welcome the CEO of 3Year. As always, Sandi Bitenc is with us. Hello, Sandi.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Anita. How are you?
I'm great, thank you very much. And how are you? I know that you are running away really soon, and so we are happy to have you here just for some minutes.
Yeah. So I'm actually somewhere in between nervous and excited. So something like that. You see, I'm wearing a shirt that's a bit unusual for me, right? But I just thankfully I had a shirt with me because yeah, today was a crazy day. I literally went into a meeting here in Cape Town. I didn't expect much. It was just okay. It's gonna be introduction. I didn't even know exactly who I'll meet, and then we started talking, and like after a half an hour it was like okay, give me just 5 minutes. And then me and Petro were sitting in the office, and then no, the woman that we were talking to, she came back in and says like in 2 hours you have a meeting with our regional prime minister and the mayor and some other politicians. And I'm okay, I need to get something to wear, yeah, it was so I'm a bit unprepared, so that's why I'm a bit nervous. It just literally bumped in, but a huge opportunity here. And I really start liking Cape Town, probably because of different reasons that everyone else loves it. It's really lovely here, I need to say. We went for some whale watching, so that was a bucket list that I could cross over. And we also went for shark diving. That was like really cold. That was on Sunday. But we did see two small great white sharks and some other bigger ones.
Well,
So it was nice, but it was really cold jumping into that water in a cage. But it was worth it. So, and I also need to say is the food is really good here, and of course the wine. So,
oh,
but then again, the most of the time that I spend here right now is just within meetings, and a lot in the crypto space, but also in the traditional businesses, and now apparently also in politics.
Oh my God. So much is happening. And
It really is, yeah. And I also had in the morning I had a really good call with Dubai and Switzerland. So we'll be present at the CV Labs event, and before that we are actually giving a private event with some also some high level crypto individuals there in Switzerland. So we'll be posting quite a lot in the next few months. And that actually leads me to the other thing is that yeah, we are finally coming to the actual decision time for our token launch. So today, 2 weeks on the AMA, we'll try to make it a bit bigger AMA. So that's on the 10th of August. We will be announcing the exact token launch. And I can already tell you it's going to be either 22nd of September or it's going to be the 20th of October. So it's those 2 days we are right now deciding, and it's going to come down to how we think the markets will react in the in the next few months. We are in a quite big bear market. Just today I spoke with one of the biggest influencers in the crypto space that's based here in Cape Town, and he was like, but literally 70% of retail is underwater right now. Nobody is doing anything. Everyone left, and we do see also in our channels, the same. Everything got really quiet right now and so on. So it's going to take additional efforts to really get a good launch in. But if we are doing it, we need to do it now in the next 2 months, else it's just going to be impossible to do it probably for the next year and a half until we get into the halving, and then probably the markets will again rally a bit. But for sure we are dealing with a really really tough market, so we're trying to nail it down as good as possible. That's why the 2 dates right now, and we've taken a long time, and we are like daily following what's happening on the markets. And yeah, on the 10th we are awaiting then the CPI numbers, and I do think the CPI numbers will tell a lot what the US actually does, what the Fed does, and all the macroeconomics is actually tied to what the Fed does with the rate hikes and so on.
thank you very much for the update. Now you said you were a little bit nervous. I'm just gonna do. We're gonna do some breathing for the next 10 minutes. So just close your eyes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know that you don't have time. I know that you have to go. But Sandy, still, before we invite our guests to join us, just let us do one more thing. We have a special giveaway today, right?
Yes, we have a giveaway, and we have another really nice guest that you met before. She'll guide you through it, and but I can tell you right now. So, if you want to be part of the giveaway, you need to go to our app. So it's app.3air.io. You need to connect there. You need to log in with your wallet, and then you'll see a tab. I think it says giveaway. I'm not 100% sure, but you'll know which one it is. Just click it, and then you'll see a few fields there that you need to fill in. So you need to leave us with your email, then you need to leave us with your Telegram and Twitter handle, and we do require you to like us or join us on Telegram and Twitter, and then we also require you to repost one post on Twitter, and you need to then also put a link to that post in it. And then the last is actually the code, and this code will tell you, or you will, or our guests will. I don't know how you'll make it, but it will tell you during the AMA, and what we'll do it 2 3 times, something like that, but not right now. So we still want you to stay a bit on the channel, listen to what our next guest has to say, and then we'll tell the code, and you need to get that code right and put it in. And once you have all the fields in, you can submit. And in the end, we do have a random generator, and the wallets that you actually connected will be drawn. Not the whole wallet will be shown, so it's still privacy enabled. And yeah, you'll either win or not.
Okay. Now, before you go, let's just invite in our special guest, of course, and we're happy to have him here. We did have some problems, or he did have some problems with camera, but I do hope that we can hear him so that he could answer some of our questions. I would really like to say hello to Dara Afolabi from Techbuild.Africa. He's with us right now. Hello. Hello. Do we hear each other?
Hello, Dara.
Dara? No.
No.
I hope that we will have success with the connection because we did have some problems earlier, but it seems all right. Let's just see if Dara can connect to us. Hello, do we hear each other? Now, let me just try once more to put it in, to invite him in. Hello, Dara. No, I think we will have
So
to.
unfortunately, I really need to run now, else I'll be late. So yeah, I think our second guest needs to jump in a bit, and probably Dara needs to reconnect and yeah, get his microphone at least up.
Okay, we will try to do our best, Sandy. Go make a good
Yay!
impression, and we're here for you. Bye bye. Enjoy.
Bye bye.
Okay, I would like to invite Ruba to be with me. Hello, Ruba.
Hi, Anita.
Nice to
Thanks
have
for
you, Ruba,
having me.
to hear you and to see you. And maybe we will invite Dara to try again to connect with us, to join us, so that at least we could hear him if we cannot see him. So I will try to disconnect him, and I hope, Ruba, that we will have some success later on. Ruba,
Yes.
people are really happy to see you, as I can see, because you were not with us for a while. I'm happy to see
Hi,
you.
3 Air fam. How are you doing?
Very smooth. Hey, Ruba. So, Ruba, did you try to invite Dara? I know that you were working or talking to him earlier. He did have some issues with camera, right?
Yes, he's having issues with the camera. We could hear him fine. He can hear us fine.
Let's just try.
But we're not sure if we can hear him now.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yes,
Ah,
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear
perfect.
you now. Yes.
Dara, we hear a little not so good, right? Is it possible to put it a little louder? How do you hear him, Ruba?
Can you hear me
I
now?
also hear him a bit far away.
Can you hear me
Yeah,
now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
we can hear you,
Yes.
but you're like a little far away. How is?
Okay. Now? Can you hear me
Yes,
now? You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
we can.
okay, fine, fine, fine.
We
Okay.
can hear you much better. Thank you very much for being with us, Dare. We're
Okay.
happy to
Okay.
have you here.
Okay. But my camera is not on. It's not. I don't know why it's not just working. So I think I'll just go on like this.
Okay, the most important thing is that we can hear you and that you can hear us. Okay?
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yeah, that's fine.
We're happy to have you here as a guest. Let me just introduce you with a couple of words. You're writing about innovative creations and solutions of startups across West, East, North, Central, and South Africa.
Yes.
Also interacting with innovation hubs and techpreneurs across the African continent. And of course, you are a very, very important member of Tech Build Africa. So we are really happy to have you here to share some your experiences with us, Dare.
Yes, yes, of course. Glad to be here with you.
Will you please tell us a little bit about yourself? What is that you're actually doing? What are your experiences and your work?
Okay, so fine. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes.
Okay, so I actually let me just go back to my days in the university. So I actually studied statistics as a course in the university. So, but I have been inclined to writing for a pretty much long. So while I was in school, I was also doing some bits of campus journalism. So I was studying my course, which is a science-based course, and I was also writing on one side. So I was doing both parallel together at the same time. So by the time I finished the university, so I was thinking that rather than pursue further in my science course, let me continue with what I love doing best, which is writing. So I decided to say, okay, let me just leave the science part of me and bring out the creative part of me to into writing. So that's how I really started this journey of writing, because I one thing I love is that I love to just sit down and create stories, look at what's happening around me, look at what's happening around the world, and put it together into something nice and make it relatable to the world. So it's not just about trying to write, but can you write and let people understand what you are writing? So that is how I got into this space. And moving forward, I did internship in one media organization because I had no background in communication, so I had to do an internship. So from there, I found myself in Africa. So Techbuild Africa is a platform solely dedicated to doing stories basically around African startups and innovation. So what we are set to do is that we love to showcase the innovation that is coming out from Africa, because whether we like it or not, there are so many innovation that we have seen coming from America, coming from Asia, coming from Europe to Africa. But we also have stories in Africa. And the thing is that there is a saying that goes thus that the hunter will continue to get glorified because he's the one telling the story. So we also need a platform to tell our own stories. We need a platform to tell the world that Africa is no longer that dark continent, that Africa is no longer that continent that people have to look down on. We have so many innovation, so many creativity coming out from the African tech ecosystem. So the idea around TechBuild is that we, as a Pan-African platform, we are set to bring out that story from Africa to the world. So we are more like showcasing the strength and the resilience of the African tech community to the world. So that is what basically TechBuild is up to. And for my role as the content lead, so basically I let me say go around the, if I may say, the African continent, north, south, east, west, to look out for startup founders and innovators that are pretty not so much popular. So what I do is that I get to meet them. Okay, I meet some of them on LinkedIn. I meet some of them through programs like this. I meet some of them through webinars. I meet some of them through physical events. So I get to meet them and tell them that, wow, I love what you are doing. Can we be that platform to tell your story to the world? And the thing is that most of them don't usually have this very big media coverage. So what we are set to do is that we get to meet them, look at what they are doing, and if it is a story worth telling, we are always positioned to always tell that story to the world. So that's it.
Very nicely put and very nicely told. It is all about the story, and if the story goes out, then of course
Yes.
someone can reach for that story or for someone, and of course then it goes around. So thank you very much. Just for starters, please, we will continue this story just in a couple of seconds. But Ruba, I would just like to invite you, just because I see that a lot of people have joined us right now, because we have a giveaway later on, just maybe to repeat what they have to do to be a part of this giveaway on today's AMA.
Absolutely. So to join the giveaway today, So we're giving away 200 BUSD in total. So you can win 100 BUSD or 2 times 50 BUSD. 2 people will win 50 BUSD. And what you have to do is visit app.3air.io. You'll connect your wallet, and then you'll see at the top in the menu bar, you'll see giveaway, and that's where you can click and then add your data. So we had published it in the tweet and on Telegram and Discord that you had to retweet and like our tweet, follow Techbuild.Africa and 3R Crypto, and join us on Telegram. And what you just have to do is once you click on the giveaway tab, put in your email address, your Twitter handle, the link to your retweet. So go to your retweet, share that link, put in your Telegram handle and the secret code for today that you will get on the AMA and that you've already gotten for those who are smart and maybe picked it up. And then click enter giveaway, and then at the end of the AMA, we will randomly draw the winners through the system, and it'll show on your screen.
Okay, of course we will tell you the code, but I'm just interested if someone did pick it up, if someone
Anyone picked it
maybe,
up.
yeah, you can of course write it down just to see if you did understand it. But still, Ruba, is it maybe time for the first time to reveal it, like openly the code, or should we wait a little while?
Let's wait a few more minutes. What do you think? Because
Okay, let's just give Dara another question because
yeah,
we have some questions. You're also welcome, of course, to write questions for Dara if you're interested in what he's doing, and of course, have any questions for him. I do see that there are also some questions for Sandi, but he did have to go. He was with us at the beginning. He will not be joining us today anymore, but on the next MA, of course, he will be with us. He's also with us in all the channels, so there's also a possibility to ask your questions. Dara, do you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, Dara, now we're talking about stories and how important they are, of course, and you are the one helping, let's say, startups and those young, innovative people to tell their story. But also, um, how else does Tech Build help solve challenges for startups in Africa?
Okay, so thank you so much for that for that questions for that question. Okay, so if you check on our platform, so you see a different menu, or let me say tab menu. You see funding basically and startup. So for the funding part, so what we do is that there are so many startups coming from the African continent, and what they need, like the basic thing they need first is funding. We can now talk of every other requirement, but funding. So what we do at Tech Build is that there are so many funding opportunities coming from within Africa and outside Africa. So some of these startup founders, in one way or the other, do not actually know that these opportunities exist. So what we do is that we put these opportunities in their face, because some of them are on our Telegram group, some of them are on our email newsletter. So when we put this up, they usually get them. They either get them on our Telegram or they get them via our newsletter that comes out that they receive on their email. So we basically throw out funding opportunities as much as possible. Either you are an early stage startup or startups seeking for Series A, Series B, pre-series, any stage of whatever you are as a startup. So we are positioned to always give out funding opportunities. That's one. And number two is that some of these startups, they need to be enrolled in accelerator and incubator programs. So because okay, so and they also need, so some of them also need hub. They need hub. Like if two or three people just gather together to create a product, basically doing it in their house will not suffice. They need an environment for them to be able to put their ideas together. They also need connectivity. I'm sure we are still coming back. We are still coming to that issue of connectivity. They need internet to run their product. So what we do is that we also showcase hubs in Nigeria and also in Africa, because there was a sometime last year we had the collaboration with AfriLabs. So AfriLab is the largest network of hub in Africa. So we also had the collaboration with ISN. ISN is Innovation Support Network. The they are basically an organization that has almost 100 hubs in Nigeria. So with this partnership, we are able to showcase that there are hubs where startup founders can actually get to do their project. So aside from the funding opportunities, we also let them know that these are the hubs that can help you to either incubate whatever your project is, and also maybe to also accelerate it. Because in these hubs, they also get to meet mentors. In this hub, they get to meet people in their space. So they get networking opportunities. They also get funding, because some of these hubs have investors who visit them once in a while. So when the investors come into the hub, they see what these guys are doing, and through that, they also help to fund their project. That's three. Aside from that, we also have this interview with investors. So, and these interviews are usually exclusive. So investors get to tell us what is required for startups to get funding, the pitfall startups should avoid when they are pitching. So these are some of the ways that we usually help startup founders, especially the new ones who are just coming on the block. So we provide funding opportunities. We tell them information about hubs across Africa. We tell them about incubator and accelerator programs. We also get exclusive stories from investors to help them take the part of success in their startup journey. Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Dara Afolabi from Techbuild Africa is with us today, and we have, of course, some more questions for him. You can also ask questions in the comment section. You're welcome to do that. And
Okay.
Ruba Aramouny also is with us from 3Air, and because we have a special giveaway today, Ruba will be the one for the first time today giving away the secret code that, of course, give you the opportunity, if you do everything else, of course, what Ruba already said you have to be able to be a part of this giveaway and maybe win some nice prize, right?
Exactly. So the code is 3RFAM. And what you have to do is go to app.3r.io. Oh, it's there. And enter the live code along with all your other information, enter the giveaway, and then you'll be able to, yeah, enter and give your submission.
Thank you, Ruba. Thank you very much. I hope you did get that because it's very important. And these giveaways will be given today at our AMA. So, yeah, do that right now and, of course, be a part of that. Dara, I have another question for you.
Okay, I'm
So,
listening.
in your experience, is connectivity an obstacle for African based startups?
Okay, thank you for that question. Okay, so before we even talk about how how it is affecting startups, we have to mention the people, because without people, startups cannot make money. So when connectivity affects, so if connectivity will affect startup, what about the people that needs connectivity to access their mobile or their desktop to get or whatever they want to do, maybe on their mobile phone. So the thing is that if the people you are selling your products to do not have access to the internet, then why are you selling your product? So as much as connectivity affect African startup, we also have to also discuss how the mobile or how internet penetration is even low, first of all, here in Africa. Okay, like when you look at records from Statista, it actually shows that Africa has the lowest internet penetration compared to Europe and compared to other countries, other continents, Asia and America. And if you look at countries like, okay, if you look at, for example, the US and China, okay, even records from Statista shows that the USA and China has the highest number of tech startups in the whole world. So the thing is that this is actually possible because their connectivity is great, or their connectivity is at a level of excellence, because it is affording users to open their PC, open their desktop, open their mobile phone and access the solution through mobile apps that this startup have on their that this startup have taken out. So connectivity is an issue in this part of the world. Okay, there is a project in South Africa called Project Easiest Way. That's ISIZWE. So the project has been able to bring internet penetration basically to South Africa. So if you check records from Statista, it is showing that as a country, as of January 2020, South Africa has the highest internet penetration in Africa. And I think that has been enabled by that project. And the project is a private project, not a government not a government funded project. Do you get what I'm saying? So the project is a private project that has enabled much of connectivity in South Africa. So once again, if you also check records from Statista, it shows that the Southern African region has the highest level of internet penetration. And I can say that it is possible because of what Project Easiest Way is actually doing in the southern parts of Africa. So connectivity is actually an issue because on one side there is problem with infrastructure. If you do not have good infrastructure that can enable your broadband, startups will have because what's the end goal of startup? The end goal is to make money. And you make money when users can access your app on mobile. But how can users but in a case where there is low connectivity, low broadband penetration, users who will pay for your product cannot access your product because of poor internet or poor broadband penetration. So connectivity is a major issue in this part of the world. And another thing is that if you also check, Africa has the costliest mobile data. Like the cost of 1 gig, just 1 gig of data in this part of the world, yeah, it's sometimes it can be so outrageous. And users who need to access your app, they need to get data daily, weekly, or monthly. But if these things are expensive, there is no way they will access phone to be able to go to your app and do business with you. So connectivity beyond the startup, it also affects users. because users want that is paid. So once they do not have that leverage, there is no way they can actually pay you, fund you, put money in your business. So connectivity is a very big issue on the African
Okay.
continent, and we hope that many projects like projects Easy Way will come up to solve that problem in Africa.
Thank you very much for sharing your experiences with us to really show us how it's on the field. And we're really happy because the project of 3 Air is the one that will make a change, right, Ruba?
Absolutely. That's what we're working for.
Really, really. So, Dara, there is a question from Jay Jules, and he's asking, what are some of the startups you've written about and affiliated to?
Sorry, can you come again? What are
What are some of the startups that you have written
we
about?
about? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, like there are so many of them. I say, okay, like our platform writes stories of startups in West Africa, East Africa, North and South. So, except you just want me to start mentioning names, but if you check our platform, like if you check, you see startups, you see interview, we've written, so we basically covered from north to south to east to west, except you just want me to start mentioning names of startups, but we've done a lot. The work speaks for itself. If you check our platform, you will see that we've done so many. So because we are pan African, we do not say because we are in Nigeria, we only cover Nigerian startups or we only do for West Africa. We've done in the north, we've done south, we've done east, and we've done in the west.
Okay, now before we go to the next question, Ruba, let's repeat the code again. This is maybe the last opportunity to remember it and to be a part of a giveaway.
The code is 3AirFam.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Now, Dara, I have seen a lot of the articles that you have written, so you're really
Okay.
active at that field, like you said, for yourself.
Okay.
And we were talking before what is also important founding, connectivity. It
Okay.
is possible, maybe, Dara, to
Yes.
expose what is the most important or the biggest challenge that African startups have. Is it funding? Is it exposure, connectivity, something else? What is it, on your
Okay.
opinion?
Okay. Thank you. So this question reminds me of the interview I had with Shegun Cole. Shegun Cole, yeah, that is Cola. So Shegun Cole is an investor, is also a founder. So I remember then we were discussing why African or why there is this disproportionate issue about African startup getting funding compared to their counterparts in the other part of the world. So he gave an example. So he said, so while he was some time ago, while he was over there trying to seek for funding, some of these VCs they actually told him that number one, if your startup is not incorporated in the US, that they are not going to fund him. Yeah, they said it that if the startup is not incorporated in the US, that there's a high percentage that those VCs will not actually put or will not invest in whatever project that no matter how big the project might appear. Once it is not incorporated in US, especially in Delaware, that they will not fund this project. That is one. And number two, they also told him that if he hasn't participated in any accelerator program in the US, basically, he is not going to get funding. And we know those big accelerator programs like Y Combinator, Techstars, and so on. So you can't just come from Africa and and think that VCs will just pour funding into your project when you have not even undergone any major or significant accelerator program outside Africa. So that is number two reason that he was giving. So he was also told that because like either the founder or the co-founder must can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So he said either he or the co-founder must be a product of one of these Ivy League schools, either in the US or in the UK. Because as an alumni of any of these group, any of these Ivy League schools, you have network that you can actually pitch your tent with. So if you're so the guy was told that unless he's incorporated in the US, he may not get funded unless he has attended an accelerator or incubator program like Y Combinator and Techstars, he might not get funded. Unless he or the co-founder is an alumni of an Ivy League school, he might not also get funded. So that was what he himself told me as an experience because he started as a founder before he moved up the echelon to become an investor. So he discussed those three major issues. That is the three major reasons that according to him that might be a challenge to start up coming from the African continent.
Okay.
So that's it.
Maybe just one more question. What is next for Tech Build Africa? What are your plans?
Oh, okay. So thank you so much. So we will still continue with what we are doing. Stories of startup and stories of startup, stories of innovators, stories of ecosystem builders. So it is not just about startups. So we do for entrepreneurs, business people, ecosystem founders, even women in tech. Yes, like, lest I forget, we have a section on our platform dedicated to just women only, women in technology around Africa who are doing amazing things. So moving forward, we are looking at doing more exclusive stories coming from the African continent. Like, for example, we all know that there has been so much focus on software technology in Africa. But who are the people talking about hardware? There are so many innovation coming from hardware, the hardware technology. But we get to see people do not really talk much about them. So we'll be focusing more on hardware technology and how, because if you look at countries like China and Japan, what they sell to the world is hardware, the phones, the gadgets, the electronics. Even Europe, Germany, what they sell to the world is hardware. So Africa also needs to look into the hardware ecosystem. And I know that there are so many people around the African continent doing great stuff on hardware tech. But if I ask you, you might not even know one or two. Why? Because their stories are not told. So Techbuild is looking into taking a deep dive into the hardware tech ecosystem of Africa. So that's what we are looking at and more going forward. That's
Okay. Thank you very much, Dara, for telling us your part of it and just giving us more information. Ruba, do you have maybe any questions for Dara?
I think a last one because you're very active in on Block Build Africa as well, right? And maybe what you think is next for blockchain and crypto on the African continent.
okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so I told Ruba some hours ago that we also so aside from Techbuild, we also have another platform, like a star platform called Block Build Africa. So Blockbuild Africa was created solely for blockchain and cryptocurrency. Yes, so that is what the platform writes about. And when you say, that cryptocurrency is the first use case of blockchain, that's why I said blockchain and crypto. Under blockchain, we now have technology, which includes NFT, Web3, play to earn, and so on. But crypto is the most popular use case of blockchain. So that's why I said blockchain and cryptocurrency. So on the African continent, we have seen a lot of crypto startups coming out of the African continent. We've also seen uh, so many blockchain use cases coming out of the African continent, even though they are somewhat underreported. So Blockbuild is also looking at trying to tell these stories of what Africa is doing with blockchain. Because beyond crypto, beyond the truth be told, blockchain is not crypto, and blockchain is beyond crypto. But crypto being the first and the most popular use case. That's why, on the average, if you mention blockchain, some people, the first thing that comes to their mind is crypto. But beyond crypto, there's a lot to blockchain. There's a lot to what blockchain can do. Blockchain can help the health ecosystem. Blockchain can do things in finance, in agriculture, data management, and so many things that blockchain can do. And there are one or two things that blockchain has been doing on the African continent. So I believe that moving forward, Africa can leverage the blockchain technology to leap forward, or let me say, Africa can leverage the blockchain technology to move beyond where it is presently. Because let me say, so far we've been able to explore one or two form of technology, but the blockchain technology is relatively new, if I may say. So it is now set for, because on the African continent now we have so many blockchain and Web3 developers who are looking to harness the power of blockchain to make products for African use, and not just for African use, to also in the world. So Block Africa is here to tell Africa, or to tell the world, that this is what Africa can do with blockchain, and this is also how cryptocurrency can change Africa's financial narrative. So thank
Oh,
you.
Amazing.
thank you very much, Dara. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for being our guest. We were really happy to have you here. Thank you for answering our questions. And we do wish you all the best. And thank you for being the voice of those who want to tell their stories in Africa. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's great. That's great. And
Have a great day.
for
And
having
thank
me
you.
too.
Thank
Yeah,
you
thank you
very
for having
much. And
me.
I do hope, Dara, that you will be with us soon, some other time, sharing more
Sure,
stories.
sure, I will. At least I and Ruba will get in touch. So I will, sure.
Absolutely. Thanks so
I
much
will.
for joining us, Dara.
Thank
And
you, Dara.
everybody, go visit Techbuild Africa. Go visit blockbuildafrica.africa. So it's techbuild.africa and blockbuild.africa, and check out all the different stories that they are sharing on their platforms, because they really are giving voices to the different entrepreneurs and startups that are coming out of all of the different African countries. And it's really interesting to see. There are articles about local meetups, local news, achievements. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm so happy that we have Dara with us today, telling us all the stories and everything that they're doing in Africa. And yeah, connectivity is an issue. And of course, 3 Year is the one also making a change on that area. And there are so many questions. I already said that Sandi is not with us anymore, Sandi, the CEO of 3Air, but please do join us in our communities because Sandi is also there and everyone else can answer your questions. Any questions that you have about 3Air and the project of bringing internet to Africa, you're welcome to just post it there and you will, of course, get the answers. But now, Ruba, we have a very important thing to do. That
Woohoo.
is to give away something nice.
Exactly. So now the moment that a lot of you have been waiting for is here. We're giving away 200 BUSD. So one time 100 BUSD and two times 50 BUSD. And what you have to do for that is go to app.3air.io, connect your MetaMask wallet, and click on giveaway in the top menu and add your data. So retweet our tweet, join us on Telegram, follow Techbuild.Africa and 3Air Crypto, and enter your email address and the secret code of today, which you still have a chance to do. It's 3AirFam. And I'm just going to show you real quick what it looks like.
Let's see.
There you go. So you enter your email, your Twitter handle, the link to your retweet, not our tweet, but your retweet of the tweet, your Telegram handle, and our secret code for today, and you click on enter giveaway. Okay, you have like a second to still do this.
Yeah. Last opportunity. Ruba, you're so good because you're giving this last couple of seconds.
Drum roll, please.
But of course,
Okay.
it is good because you have to be here in this AMA to be a part of this. And so you have this special privilege, of course, to be a part of this giveaway. Ruba, let's do it.
All right, selecting the first winner. So I just click a button. The system does everything else. It's a random selection. And the first winner is announced. And this is your wallet address. So check your wallet up here. Check if you're the winner. If you are, congratulations. You won 50 BUSD.
Congratulations.
So congratulations. Then we're going to the next one.
Let's see who gets another one.
Woohoo. There we go. Second winner. Congratulations. You won 50 BUSD. So thanks for being here and thanks for retweeting us. And last one, everybody, 100 BUSD goes to.
Who's the lucky winner? Let's see. Okay.
There you go. Congratulations. You won 100 BUSD.
Wow. So we have all three winners. Congratulations again. Thank you very much, Ruba, for doing this. Thank you all, of course, for being a part of this. Not only the giveaway, but also this AMA because it was very educative. It was very nice. We have learned so much more about Africa, startups in Africa, their challenges. And I'm feeling, like inspired more and more hearing the stories and, of course, really what they're doing. And Dara, thank you again for sharing this with us. And thank you, Ruba, for being also with me today.
Thank you for having me. It's always nice to see you, Anita.
It's always nice to see you, Ruba. And oh, look at all these compliments that are coming in for you. It is nice.
It doesn't increase the chances of winning, so I don't know why.
I don't think that's the reason. Well, Ruba, really, thank you very much. Thanks all of you for being with us today. Join us again next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central European Time. Sandi Bitenc, the CEO of 3Air, will be with us. And of course, do join us in our communities on Twitter, on Discord, on Telegram. We're there all the time, right, Ruba? Doing a great job. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Everyone.